Hey guys, this is the Pellet Shop, and today we're going to show you how to swap your Challenger Pro's cocking handle from the right side to the left. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it. Alright, first thing you do is you make sure your gun is degassed. I've already pre-degassed this for safety, obviously. Next step is we're going to work on removing the upper from the lower. Take this screw out first. Take the screw out on the bottom first, and this is a 2.5 millimeter. Take this cover off, set it to the side, and next we'll undo these 3 screws in here. This is a 3 millimeter in the center. Should be a 4, nope, never mind. 3 millimeter in the center, and a 5 on the side. Go. Move the back cap. Take this off. There's an Allen key under here. Comes off just like that. Then these 2 bolts. After you do those 2 bolts, this whole assembly should slide right out. Hold it steady because there is a spring in the back. Alright, once you've gotten to this step, the easiest thing to do is you could leave everything inside, leave it alone. And after, let me put this back, leave it alone, pull up. And you're gonna separate the bottom tank from the top assembly. Just put the bottom tank to the side. You're not gonna need that for now. So essentially what you have to do next is we have to take out this bolt. There's an Allen bolt inside, that's a 3 millimeter. We're going to have to take out this connecting rod and the 2 T10 Torx that's holding the handle up. So let's start with the T10 Torx. Put those 2 Torx on the side. Take the pin out, and now I have to give you a heads up. When you do this portion, there will be some Loctite on this. I've already broken it just to speed up time, but there will be some Loctite on it. Use a quality, and I repeat, a quality flathead to remove this portion. Be careful not to strip it. If you have to, you could warm it up with a hairdryer or something, or a heat gun. Some residual Loctite on this. Set those to the side. Now all you have to do is just pull this physically out. There is a washer on the bottom right here. So there is a washer right there, so it's gonna be a little tight. Just wiggle it straight up and this is gonna happen, it's gonna pop up. After you've taken the connecting rod on the bottom off, your bolt will slide right out. All you're doing is physically flipping this from this to here. That is it. You're gonna flip it backwards. Again, the side with the giant groove, this is where the handle sits on. So all you're doing is pulling it out and flipping it 180 degrees so that the handle will sit on that side. So once again, it comes out like this with the groove cut, with the cut portion towards you. Flip it around, put it back in. And this part gets a little tricky. Might want to grab something to hold the position because you want to get that connecting rod back in. And this is probably the most tedious part. It would really help if you actually have a magnetic screwdriver. Oh, there we go. Second try, got it in. And if you want, you could reapply some Loctite. Time to put the pin back. Remember this washer? I purposely didn't put it back in there. Because without the washer, the handle is a lot lighter and smoother. I prefer it that way, so that is a little tip and trick for you guys. A little tip and trick. So after you're done with that, you're pretty much done. You just have to reverse the steps and reinstall the rifle. Make sure this is connected on. Now's a good time to check to see if this O-ring's a little dry. Apply some lubricant, silicone oil to it, with the handle fully forward in closed position. Match it up, and you're gonna hear a little click. Again, make sure the sear sits in straight. There we go. Cock it back to set it down. And we're going to reset all of that in a few. 2 different length screws. Longer ones go in the front. Before you do anything, push this in. It's going to be a little hard. Pull the trigger. And you will be able to reseat everything back in. Sorry about that. Now with these 2 screws, you do not, I repeat, you do not have to crank them down to the gates of hell. Hand tight, and that is it. Barely hand tight for now. You don't want to start cranking down on it. Now obviously it would be recommended since now your handle's on the opposite side, you want to fold to the opposite side of that. Again, another tricky part. Making sure this lines up with the center hole. Now this part always takes me a little bit. You gotta wiggle it in. I'm gonna have to work on this. There we go. It's a little weird. screw. There we go. Alright, now that we got that back in, we could tighten everything down. Remember, once again, don't tighten it down to the gates of hell. Hand tight plus a quarter turn. Hand tight plus a quarter turn. Now this third screw will not be able to go back into the hole for two reasons. One, I reversed my folding. If I did not, there is another pre-drilled hole on the opposite side. But since I did do that, this side does not have a pre-drilled hole. So I'm gonna leave that out. Doesn't really affect it anyways. Now before you button everything up, test your cocking. Hold it. Make sure nothing's binding up. Test your safety, make sure your trigger works. Well, make sure your safety works. And that is it. Last step is to install this and install the grip back. There you have it, Challenger Pro with the cocking handle to the left. And if you realize, this is a lot smoother now without this extra and, in my opinion, unnecessary washer. Well, there you have it. Your Challenger Pro is now officially converted to a left-handed cocking. And we're going to be doing more and more how-to videos like this going forward. So if you have any questions, feel free to type it down below and let us know what you think.